Alrighty guys, should be 12 here with an update of my cube. I'll be getting through as much as I can in one take, and then I may have to make it in multiple parts, but I'm trying to get it to be 8 players right now. Right now it works very well as a 4 player, and not quite as good, but still pretty well as a 6 player. So anyway, I have a list up on my channel of cards I'm looking for. There's a link to it, it's on deckbox.org, so if you want to check that out, go ahead, and I'd be willing to trade some stuff to you. And I'm looking for foils and promos and signs of cards I don't already have here. We're going to start with a white, and here we go. Kaldoran Outpost is a great token card, even though you have to sack the planes when it first comes in. Elite Vanguard, good white aggro card. Isamaru, even better, and it's signed. 2/2 for 1. Step Links is great with the fetch lands. It can be a 4/5 turn 2, so pretty awesome. We have Mother of Runes, gives any of your creatures protection. Mantithe, the white counterspell. Land Tax is super awesome, lets you search for lands and thin out your deck, especially if you go second. By turn 2 you can already use this, and it's just ridiculous, helping you get the stuff you need. Path to Exile, white removal, almost the same as Swords to Plowshares. One gets you land, or your opponent a land, one gives them life. Stoneforge Mystic, search for any swords. Batterskull, locks on Warhammer. Lone Missionary, gain 4 life with bounce, pretty sweet. Core Skyfisher helps with the bounce. Thalia, Guardian of Thraben, if you're playing a lot of creatures, really hurts your opponents. Wall of Omens, draw a card, it's the promo version. Core Firewalker, good against red. Disenchant, need a lot of artifact and enchantment destruction with things like Sylvan Library and swords and stuff like that. Balance, often referred to as one of the best cards in Cube because it just totally changes the game, especially if you're losing, otherwise you just hold on to it. But it's kind of like a Wrath effect, but it also works for hands and lands, and it's just ridiculous. Blade Splicer gets you another creature, and it has first strike as well. Core Sanctifiers, again, artifact enchantment destruction. Mirran Crusader is an awesome guy who usually gets through for 4 damage. Silverblade Paladin gives double strike, pretty sweet. Oblivion Ring, awesome white removal, you can remove planeswalkers. Spectral Procession, good for tokens, gives you 3 flyers, usually you can do it for 3 or 4. Have a Restoration Angel, works well with Thragtusk or any other bounce stuff. Hero Bladehold, more token stuff, and as well as pumping. It's a promo version, which I don't like as much as the normal, but I'll go with it for now. Faith's Fetters, also kind of like O-Ring, except for creatures, and you gain 4 life. Actually, it's permanent, so it could work for artifacts. Oh, and planeswalkers, I suppose. Day of Judgment, of course, destroy all creatures for 4. Johnny Goldmane, pretty sweet planeswalker. Second ability is probably his best. Put a +1/+1 counter on each creature you control. Those creatures gain vigilance until end of turn, works very well with tokens. Elspeth Tirel. You gain 1 life for each creature you control, and put 3 1 white soldier creature tokens on the battlefield, and destroy all permanents except for lands and tokens, which is sweet. And it's other, so she doesn't destroy herself, so awesome token card. Sunblast Angel, to destroy all tapped creatures if your opponents rush out at you. Sun Titan, returns stuff converted mana cost 3 or less. Sun Titan is promo, I keep forgetting to say stuff like that, hopefully I haven't missed any. And Akroma's Vengeance, cycling, or for 6, destroy all artifacts, creatures, and enchantments is awesome. Now moving on to blue. We have a Shelldock Isle. Hideaway is pretty awesome. Daze, free counterspell, except for 1. And all you have to do is return an island instead of paying its mana cost. Force of Will, everyone knows it's awesome. Enclave Cryptologist helps you cycle through some of your cards. Preordain, my favorite of all the Preordain, Brainstorm and Ponder, just because you can put cards on the bottom of your library. Brainstorm's my second favorite because you can still use things like, well, you can with either of these, but fetches or any other search stuff will shuffle your library again. Ponder, least favorite, but still pretty good. Mystical Tutor lets you find any of the spells you're looking for of the instant sorceries. Looter El Core helps you cycle through your deck as well and put a sword on it and it gets through. Because I don't have any other shadow in here right now, I might get some eventually. Another Looter. Into the Royal, return stuff to their hand. And if you kick it, you draw a card. Mana Leak, classic counterspell. Counterspell, classic counterspell. Mana Drain, most ridiculous counterspell ever. Willbender. I count this as 3 costs because it's morph, but change the target of any spell or ability with a single target is pretty awesome. Can be a game changer. Trinket Mage, search for anything with converted mana cost 1 or less for any artifact. Usually for Soul Ring or some other thing, which we'll look at later. Mana War. Turn creatures, as well as Aether Adept, Signed, and Foil, which is pretty sweet. Mana War is strictly better, but I'm keeping Aether Adept in for now. Compulsive Research, target player draws 3 cards and discards 2 cards unless they discard a land. Pretty good. Same as Thirst for Knowledge, except that this one's for artifacts, and this one's a sorcery. We have Hinder, the textless promo. I just have to include the words for people who don't know what the card does. But 1 and 2 blue to counterspell and then put it on the bottom of its owner's library. Pretty sweet. We have Capsize, which returns things to their owner's hand. Works on any kind of permanent, so it's sweet, and as buyback. Jace helps you with mill or if you need some extra cards. Pretty sweet there too. Clone, I'm still trying to get a Phyrexian Metamorph. I don't know why I don't have one by now. Fencer is ridiculous, can return spells or permanents to their owner's hand, including instants and sorceries, and it's flash. So just awesome if they play a board wipe and then you return it to their hand. And then you swing through for the win next turn. Deep Analysis, some draw, control magic, gain control of target creature. And we have Mole Drifter, which is Russian, so I have the text there as well. Pretty sweet draw card, you can evoke. Maloku gets a ton of illusion tokens in by returning land to your hand. Awesome card, my second favorite blue creature probably, although Consecrated Sphinx is pretty awesome too. And my first is probably Venser, but Consecrated Sphinx also helps you draw on your opponent's turn. Frost Titan, I just have all the Titans in here, he's definitely the worst of them, but he's still a Titan. And Upheaval pretty much restarts the game, returning all permanents to their owner's hand. Killer against tokens. That's it for this part. Keep watching for the others, and thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe, and keep watching for more Magic videos.